Uh-huh.
But like, it's easy to think about it, but like, if you don't change your mindset, how are you going to go to the gym? You just like with every other thing, because it's abstract and because you can't see it, you have to want to be ambitious, you know. You just have to, and when you find that wanting, like, or want, whatever
Mhm.
word I would say, when you find that want and the why,
Mhm.
then step two is just to carry it out. And I think step two doesn't really, I don't even think the step two matters. I think the major thing is just wanting to do it, because once you want it, you then figure out why, like how you're going to do it, how
Mhm.
you're going to get there, the steps you're going to take, all of that
Mhm.
kind of thing, you know. So that's what I think. That's my 2 cents.
Oh, wow, wow, that was brilliant. I wish I had all of that from when you started. But when you say abstract, what do you mean by that?
Abstract things are things you can't feel, you can't see, you can't touch. You know, it's like it's things you cannot, they are not measurable.
Yeah.
I think. I believe so. Let me just double check that, because
Mhm.
I actually have my laptop right here. Yeah, exactly. Existing in your thought or as an idea, but not physical or concrete existence. So
Mhm.
it's things you can, like anything you cannot physically change. Like, for example, you can change, like, mindsets. Someone cannot go in there and change your mindset. So anything you can change is abstract. Like, for example, like being an ambitious person, I can't change it. Like, I can't, I wish I could like go into your brain, turn the screw and say, be ambitious. It's not magic, you know? So
Yeah.
you would have to like change your mindset, because it starts from you and it's within you. It's not something anybody can do. So really, it just starts from the person, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, and that's why it's like people that's kind of like stay in situations, and also it also surfaces to a lot of things, like a lot of behavioral things. Exactly, that's the
Mhm.
word.
Uh-huh.
A lot of behavioral things are things that you can actually change with your mind. Maybe not a lot, a good amount, I'll say.
Yeah, many.
Are
Yeah.
things, yeah, many are things that
Most
have to
actually.
do with,
Yeah.
yeah, most of it. Things that have to do with your mind. So it's kind of like people saying, "Oh, don't steal." Like if someone stole, or people that like, it also goes back to like cheating or anything. I believe like there are some things that if you don't want to do, you're not gonna do it. You know, and that's how ambition is. Yeah, just falls under that category because it's behavioral, right? Exactly. So.
Yeah. 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 Ambition is that thing is like fire. Once it catches, it's like nothing can stop. Nothing can stop it. Like you just want it. You want it even more and more each day you wake up. Like it makes you get up early. It makes you ready to go. But then I'm finding that to even feel like that, where you just have this burning desire. It's like you gotta have a vision. You gotta know where you're going.
Mm.
If you don't know where you're going, then you're not so excited to get up. The moment you know what you want, like you said, and you know how to go about it and where to go for it, it makes you just get up every morning. Like it just
Yeah.
makes you just go because you know why you're getting up, you know. And then I just feel like if you a lot of times all of that ties up to like happiness and sadness and you know people feeling depressed, feeling down. It's almost like I think a lot of time depression comes from a dead end when you feel like you don't have any option anymore, like you're at a dead end, like there's no other alternative for you. It's kind of like nobody wants to feel like that. It doesn't matter what situation you're in. You like even if it's a job, even if it's when you feel like you're stuck in a place, it's like that doesn't make you feel good, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense to always have a vision and always have where you want to go, and 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 then it's like, well, okay, how does somebody know what their vision is, right? And many times, I think that's the toughest part of it, to like figure out exactly what you want. It's like because to know what you want, I feel like you got to know what you don't like. Like many times you hear people like, the reason I got into this, it was because I used to do this thing that I hated so much and I had no choice and I was doing it and it forced me to think about like, yo, what exactly do I really want out of life? Like, so you gotta know the things you hate, the things that you cannot stand. That like they say you gotta hate it. Like you gotta hate like you were saying with alcohol and things. If somebody's trying to like stop drinking a lot, they gotta hate that feeling of it to actually stop. If you can tolerate it, then you're just gonna you're not gonna end it because you're tolerating it. But I feel like you got to get to a point where you cannot stand this thing anymore. And it's the same thing with life. You get to a point where it's like, yo, I'm sick of my current life, and this is not what I want because there's more. And then it just makes you change, and you start like, one step at a time. You start becoming that person where it's like, you know what? And then time passes, and then you realize, whoa, I'm not in the situation I used to be anymore. I feel more in control. I'm more. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Like every day I wake up and it's on my mind. It's like, yo, like, and then it's like, how do you find like-minded people? It's rare. It's not too many people that feel like that. And then part of it is like, I feel like many people.
Or
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, just a quick thing to add to that. Or I don't, or maybe I wouldn't say it's not too many people that feel like that. I think it's not too many people that dwell on it. I think some people see it as, how you have like a passing thought. Some people feel it as a passing thought. It just comes and goes real quick. It's not something they like think about too much. Because also it also goes back to like they probably don't even want to change. Like I think their will to stay in their situation is more than their will to change the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, but go on.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. To become something like you have to like consume so much of it. Like you cannot just do it passively. Like it has to be non-stop. Like literally non-stop. The people that are killing it that we admire so much, whatever it is, whatever field they're in, whatever thing they do, they're being immersed in that. Like they be so deep into it, and that's why it's like that's all they know, that's all they talk about, that's all. It's like it has to be strong. That's why so people do this thing where and I'm not a church goer, but they do this thing where they live their life however they live it, Monday through Saturday, and then Sunday they go get like, I don't know, like they just go get like a service, a prayer service, and they think that's enough to like, Sunday you go get like this mental or this wisdom and all this, wise words and things like that that guides you to how you want to live, right? And I think that's enough, but that's not enough. You're only doing it once out of 7 times, like 7, and you only do it for a fraction. So if you only do it for a fraction of the time, if you live your life a certain way, that little bit of wholesomeness that you're consuming, that's not enough to change a person, like to like get you to where you want. So I just parallel that to like, back to like ambition and stuff. It's like it has to be constant. You cannot stop until at least you feel like, what, I've achieved what I want. But to achieve the things you want, you got to constantly be in that zone, in that mode. So if it means there's this one song that always makes me have this feeling inside of me that makes me think about this sometimes, then you got to stick to that one song. If it means that this routine I'm in, where it's like, I have to get up at this time and I have to do this, and like you got to keep that routine that keeps you driven until you find something that maybe is better or more efficient. But you can't just one day be on this routine and the next day you stop it, and like it's gonna shake you off, and you don't want to be thrown off that zone that you're in that keeps you going. I imagine that's how it is for like athletes. that trained to perform for something. Like they have to be on that time and that zone for like non-stop and just be in there, and they don't want to be, they don't want to drop. So if anything, they want to go up. So they want something that, if they're gonna change, they want something that's gonna make them even rise even higher. So it's the same thing with ambition. And the interesting thing, like you said, it's not measurable. You can't measure it. A person just needs to know for themselves. You can't measure it. Like with diet and things, you can decide, you know what, I want to increase my diet, so I'm going to weigh more of this, I'm going to add more of this. You can weigh it, and that you can kind of like play around with it because there's a measurement. But with things like faith and ambition and drive and goal and discipline, oh man, it's, man, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah, I do. You don't want to fall off that, you know. Um, but like you
Yeah.
said,
Okay.
it's not for everyone. Yeah,
Mhm. On that note, Ugo, I gotta go do something real quick.
yeah,
And you heard.
yeah,
Um, I mean, we probably just have like 4 minutes, just 'cause I have some stuff I need to work on, and
yeah,
then I'm trying to. Yeah, I just have some stuff I need to do. Some of these demo works, and some of them are due too. And I have to call my let's call like my friends that were all doing the same thing to
yeah,
figure out how we're supposed to do this.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. That sounds fine. That sounds good actually. That sounds like a plan. Um, yeah, yeah. Do that, and yeah, really good stuff. I like this, and yeah, do that with this energy and how you're feeling and everything. I have things to do as well, so it worked out.
oh my God, you are so. Every time you say that, you have things to do as well. I'm like,
Yeah,